Let's say you're sitting in a restaurant and you're very hungry. And the waitress or waiter is coming to take your order. But the waiter is walking so slowly, taking her time, and you're starving. You will get upset with her. I mean, why are you taking so long? I'm hungry here. I'm the client. I'm the customer. You may get upset with her. But what if you see the same waitress and suddenly you see that she has a broken leg? And the reason why she's walking so slowly is because her leg is broken. You didn't notice it, but suddenly you notice it. Would you be angry with her? So you could be angry, and we're very often angry when we don't get good service. But suddenly if you see, oh, she's injured or she's sick, then you suddenly say, okay, no, that's okay. Take your time. I'm all right. Can I help you maybe? So your mindset changes based on what you recognize and what you see about this waitress. When we're dealing with arrogant people, we're dealing with something very similar. You know why a person is arrogant? Usually, a person is arrogant because he or she has low self-esteem, because he or she lacks confidence. I mean, think about it. You have two people coming into a room. One person walks in, with the chest out, I'm the best. Versus another person who walks in, with a soft smile, gentle, doesn't make a big deal out of herself. Which person is more confident? This person or the second person? It's the second person. Because a person who needs to show off how good they are, how smart they are, how important they are, that's a person who has low self-esteem or who is hurt in some other way. Just like your waitress is hurt with a broken leg. So if you can come from a place of empathy, oh, they're hurt. That's where the arrogance comes from. Arrogance doesn't come from confidence. Arrogance doesn't come from strength. Arrogance always comes from a place of weakness. Then perhaps you can have a little bit more understanding and more sympathy. Having said that, it is still difficult and challenging and aggravating to day in and day out be in the company of people who think they're God's gift to humanity, who think they're better than others, who behave in the way that you describe. And especially given that you can't really answer them or talk to them in a way that you think they deserve to be talked to. Why? Because you're providing service. Because you have to behave in a certain way, which is proper to your job. And here there is actually research, very interesting research, by Brian Little. Brian Little, you will learn about him throughout the program, is today a professor at the University of Cambridge in England. And what his research essentially points to is that the people who can deal with challenging experiences at work, just like the experience that you are describing, they do it well because they create for themselves a restorative niche. A restorative niche is a place and a space where you can fully be yourself. For example, a place where you can talk about how arrogant and aggravating they are, which you cannot do when you're talking to them. A place where you can get angry, or a place where you can cry, or a place where you can just express whatever emotion comes up, which you cannot do when you're speaking to them. And it's okay to suppress the emotion when you're dealing with them. But you need an outlet, a restorative niche, and that can help you deal with the challenging experience. Ultimately, you need to decide, do I want to be in this environment or not? But if you do decide to be there, these two things to keep in mind. First, understand where they're coming from. They're injured. And second, understand what you can do for yourself to sustain that kind of behavior. You cannot do it without a restorative niche consistently, not just once, but throughout your day-to-day.